Hi, Meir Ezra here from Cape Town Heaven, and we are at the Corona's Truth number 4. And today I want to talk to you about the fear. I want to talk to you about the unbelievable fear that has been installed with people. So first of all, fear is basically an effort not to communicate. It's really, you really have to understand that because you don't communicate, you don't see, you don't perceive when you're afraid, because of that it's obvious that what you're afraid of probably do not exist because you don't communicate with it. Okay, so why someone will make you afraid, and how does it happen, and who is doing it? So let's look first of all why. The more you are afraid, the more you are controlled. If you're afraid of becoming sick, you go to the doctor, and whatever he tells you, you will do because you're afraid of dying, or you're afraid that you're sick. And if that doctor have a bad intention and you resist, all he has to do is just to make you a little bit more frightened. So when a person is frightened, you need to know that he doesn't know, regardless of how educated, important, regardless who he is. People who are operating from fear do not know. It does not go together. You cannot be afraid and not together. Because a fear, by definition, is a state of imperception. When you're about to do an accident, you close your eyes, because if you could look, you will probably be able to avoid the accident. So people who makes you afraid because they don't want you to look. Second, who will make you afraid? Well, one of two options. Either the person has something to gain from it, that you're afraid. For example, if I'm a ruler and I want you to do anything I want, and I want you to agree to rules that you will never agree to, and I know that you will agree to them today because you're afraid, and later on they will just become a norm, and I will now control you, and the more I control you, the less you resist me, then it will be a very good method to do that. Second, and by the way, in one of the next video I probably will actually tell you what is the real reason for the coronavirus, and once you will hear it, you'll see it makes so much sense that everyone will say, wow. And I never heard it anywhere else. No one, I didn't hear anyone saying that, but once you will hear it, you'll see it's wow. Now the second option of why someone will want to make you upset is if he himself is afraid. So if you have a boss that tell you how bad things are and how you need to be careful, you need to know that guy is afraid, and he doesn't know. He doesn't know. That's why he's afraid. If you know, you don't afraid. You are not afraid of what you know. You're afraid of the unknown. That's the real fear. If you have a father that always attacking his kids and make them afraid, he himself is afraid. Now, so we know that those people that make you afraid, they themselves don't know, or they want you to be afraid so you will not know. You know that they probably have something to gain from it, and you know also that if you buy into this fear mania, if you buy into this hysteria, if you will actually buy the stories, something really amazing will happen. Regardless of the information, regardless of the data, you will not see the truth. So for example, I can show someone and I'll say, well, you know, there are about 200,000 people or 200 and something thousand people on the globe that have the coronavirus, and the number growing rapidly now because they're doing more tests. And they say, well, no, but the percentage, if you look at the percentage, so let's say that there are 100,000 people that are sick in corona and 10,000 die, it means 10%. So the mortality rate of the corona is 10%. No, nonsense. You don't actually know how many people are sick with the corona, because the corona is such a mild virus that most people that get infected will hardly develop any symptoms. So I will show that, in the past 4 months, 95% of the people that got infected actually recovered, and 5% developed some kind of severe symptoms. And the condition is actually much better, because the overall number of people that got infected is unknown. So the percentage of the people that we know for sure recovered must be smaller. And you can show that as much as you want, and there will be people that will not accept it. Why? Because they're afraid. And when you're afraid, you don't see. When you're afraid, you don't see. You have to raise above the fear to be able to start trusting your own perception. For as long as you're afraid, you cannot trust your perception. They will mislead you. You'll be sure that they're correct. You'll be sure that you have all the data. You'll be sure that you're very totally 100% logical. But you cannot actually perceive while you are unhappy, while you are worried, while you're afraid. This is really fascinating. So what do you need to do in order to act correctly? What you need to do is to start forgetting about the fear, pushing the fear aside. And there is a method to do that, and I will teach it in one of the next videos. So you handle the fear, you start to go higher emotionally, and once you get to somewhere around enthusiasm, you can start trusting yourself. And one more thing. So, how do you know if someone actually wants to help you or actually is against you? One of the best method to knowing that is that person contribute to you being cause, or is that person pushing you down and want you to be an effect? When someone tries to make you afraid, he's actually pushing you down and trying to make you effect, even if he's saying that it's for your own good, because it's never for your own good. Even if the situation is bad, the only way to handle it is by not being afraid, by being brave, by actually looking at the situation in the eye and handling it. When you go to war, when you have another soldier in front of you, if you're afraid of that other soldier, he already won. So we have an enemy on the other side, and everyone tells us close our eyes. So how can we aim and shoot correctly? So how do you know if someone is your friend or your foe? Does this person make you more cause or more afraid? Does he make you more cause or more effect? Does he want you to look, or does he want you to listen? That's the question. That's how you will know. Meir Ezra, Cape Town, Heaven, and tomorrow the next Corona's Truth, number 5. And in between I will probably post some more videos and some more data. And the best thing you can do is be happy for no reason at all. Just force yourself to be happy. You will see that once you start to look for reason to be happy, things will change around you, because you are cause over the environment and not the environment cause over you. Man win only when he make the environment his slave and not becoming slave to the environment. Thank you very much. Meir Ezra. Bye-bye.